Ever since humankind learned to make a computer and play games on it, we all strive to make the perfect game, the best platformer, best action RPG, best cozy game that's just a slightly more boring Stardew Valley, but perhaps the most looked after genre that needed a certified best game has to be the zombie game genre. Zombies have been a huge, and I mean a gigantic cultural boom thanks to films like 28 Days Later and shows like The Walking Dead, hello, obviously, like holy shit, obviously. I'm certain that if I say you have seen The Walking Dead show and or the Telltale games, or maybe that one mega ass game where Rick takes 17 shots to the head.
Can't let him hit me.
But yeah, I'm certain that you have consumed some zombie media and ate it up. Cause everyone ate it up. Cause zombies are like the coolest thing ever. I especially fuck with the zombies that say zombie. It makes them look like Pokemon, which is the second coolest thing in the world. Sadly, this zombie craze has been on a downward spiral thanks to the oversaturation of the market, Walking Dead refusing to die and dragging like 11 seasons of the show, and games like the entire fiasco with The Day Before. Real quick, just to put it into context how hungry the zombie game community is, I wanna sum it up for those who don't remember it. The Day Before was first teased in 2021, where they rang all the bells gamers wanted to hear: open world multiplayer survival MMO post-apocalyptic fucking I don't know, Quake movement, and it looked amazing. Like whoa, finally a realistic zombie game where you can loot every little thing and pick up a pen and stab a zombie or write a poem with it, and everyone was hyped as hell. It became the #1 most wishlisted game on Steam. Then as it turns out, the game wasn't real. The entirety of this trailer was just some cinematic with UI elements overlaid. The real game is an extraction shooter, so you instantly lost like 95% of the player base, and it's also downright poop. So yeah, if a game like this is able to become the #1 most wishlisted game on Steam just because of a promise that it might be an open world zombie game, you can imagine how much people want an actual good zombie game. And there are some that are really close. I'm certain I'm gonna do a video about Project Zomboid later down the line, because it was the first game ever to teach me about the indomitable human spirit despite everything going wrong. And there's also Dying Light and Unturned, I guess, but like come on man, Unturned and that's it, that's all of the zombie games? Now after all this despair with an entire generation looking for the perfect zombie game, can you imagine the surprise I felt after I took a second to look at the forest instead of the tree in front of my face and realized that there's a Minecraft modpack out there to just deliver everything a zombie game has ever promised me? Deceased Craft is a Minecraft modpack for 1.18 and it describes itself as a beautiful modern zombie apocalypse. It has every survival mechanic that you would ever expect from a zombie survival game, like hunger, thirst, stamina, temperature, but also some insanely cool systems like parkour mechanics, a diet system so what you eat matters in a noticeable way. You have seasons, so you have to prepare for winter with clothes that defend you from the elements. You have a dynamic limp health system. Imagine Zomboid. It's exactly like Zomboid. You hurt your leg, you can't run that fast. You hurt your arms, you can't punch that hard. The map, although procedurally generated like any Minecraft map, has custom modern cities, railway stations with trains that actually work. You can just have a train base that moves around the map. And I don't know how they managed to procedurally generate this, but they have underground stops so you can stop in cities, like how you would in an actually curated map. And speaking of how well curated it is, I was amazed at how well you can seamlessly parkour in the cities. You know how when you usually download some movement mod and you're like, hey, hell yeah man, I'm gonna fuck everything up with these moves, only for the moves to not be applicable to normal Minecraft terrain, so you kinda have to create your own builds to use said moves. In this pack you're super encouraged to climb over fences, jump over rooftops, climb and run on walls, which are all super cool and and helpful in avoiding the zombies. The zombies also have some awesome attributes to them. For example, they tell viewers to look at this stat and subscribe, and I'm so sorry I had to do that, but what's also a cool attribute is that there are variant zombies. I know variant zombies are a divisive topic in the zombie community, but it's Minecraft. Anything is adjustable, you can just turn them off if you don't like them, and I actually think that they give you an incentive to strategize and they shake up the gameplay in fun ways. Like when I saw this big ass 10-foot fuck ass zombie, I knew I wanted to kill that, but thankfully for him, Incredible Gassy was up to its rescue. There's also a periodic horde that comes to raid your base every so often, so you'll also gotta be strategizing around those guys. You can either lure them away if they're too much for you, or just go underwater and don't deal with it at all, or just mag dump some fucking zombies. And I really do mean there's everything you would want from a zombie game, cause there's scars where you need fuel. You can either hit up a gas station or just start making your own fucking gasoline. Just obtain crude oil, dude. You can kinda see how I'm only doing a slight overview of everything this mod has to offer, cause it's so much to talk about in depth. I could talk hours about how cool it is that when it's winter, your car's engine gets cold, so you actually gotta do a winter cold start like how they do it in those YouTube shorts. I could gush to you for eternity about how cool and dynamic the crafting system is, like when you get a can opener and a can of food and eat said can of food, you'll have the can left over, and if you put some gunpowder in that can, you can use it as a pipe bomb. If you like decorating your own base and feel like Minecraft lacks in this pack got you covered. You can be the scavenger you always dreamed to be. My girlfriend's favorite thing to do in every Zomboid playthrough is to steal the absolute shit out of every house so she could have the perfect drawer in her room. In this mod pack, I'm happy to say that every house has furniture you can loot. You can take the fucking cutting board and it's functional. You can sit down on any bench and stool and sittable looking stuff. You can put water and shit into toilets. You can see what day it is in a calendar. Everything is functioning. These are all just scratching the surface of how deep and awesome every system is in the pack. I don't even really want to go into the end game with the wastelands and the create mod, cause probably everyone knows how awesome and infinitely cool create is. Just know that there's this end game that's as awesome as you would think it is. You can manufacture your own stuff from the ground up. You can do oil, electricity, power lines and guns. The end game is you rebuilding civilization. I hope I'm able to explain just how interesting all of this is to me, all the choices you get to make. Like, are you gonna be a hermit and wander around with your backpack? Are you gonna settle down, and where is that gonna be? Cause it can be on a train, it can be on a boat. Are you gonna try and make a cure for the zombie infection? Are you gonna use parkour, melee or guns? Are you gonna be a scavenger? It's all the choices you would have in regular Minecraft with mining and exploring and all that, but with this extra coolness of being in a realized zombie apocalypse. And what makes me love this pack even more is that it isn't like, oh, this game can't be perfect because there isn't specific thing in this. You're lying. It is, because it's Minecraft. It's the best selling video game of all time. It has 250,000 mods. Just as an example, it always came off for me as a bittersweet but really cool moment to see sports played in zombie media, to see the world crumble around me, yet I'm still here, my loved ones are still here to play some good old sports. Boom! Soccer mod. Now I'm in Minecraft playing soccer in a zombie apocalypse with all the complexity of the game we just talked about still present, but in the background. I don't need to interact with it because I'm playing soccer. And you can just infinitely customize this. If you don't want create because you don't care about tech stuff, turn it off. If you want to inspect your deagle while backflipping and trick flip poop into a toilet, you can just do that. And I respect that. And there's like 8 original sentences left, dude. Lastly, I wanna tell you this story, cause I feel like I can't sell this mod pack any better than to tell you how it made me so excited about it. Me and my buddies wanted to loot this skyscraper, cause it looked lootable, right? And we went there, prepared first thing in the morning, like yeah, we're gonna get through this today. And you know how it goes in a zombie apocalypse, we got fucking stranded, everything went horrible, but like, horrible in the best ways, cause it almost felt scripted, where we had to defend all the angles the zombies could attack us from, being 4 stories up in a building, surviving through the night, then booking it when daylight comes up. I don't even know why it came so naturally for us to wait for daylight, but when the time came to run, we did. Only I got left behind and I had to punch my way through the hordes and barely managed to jump out a window to a nearby tree with zombies just oozing out of the building, and they have the ability to climb on top of each other, so I just waited a bit for them to climb up to me one by one, and when the time was right I walked home, cause my leg and arms and head and my everything was fucked up. But then I was home and I looted so much, and oh my god, that felt so cool to do. It felt like a sequence in a movie, and when you can tell stories about your own dynamic gameplay like it's a movie, I think that's a sign of a game being special. All I wanna say is, fuck yeah, I'm so thankful to be alive in a time like this, where I can mod games to be exactly like how I imagined them in my childhood. It makes me so unexplainably happy, and I hope it was interesting to hear me glazing this Modpack to hell and back. I'm also really looking forward to the pack's next updates, cause yeah, they are still updating it and they're gonna add insane cities, and I can't wait to loot and base and interact in all of that. And they're also planning, I'm quoting, procedurally generated NPCs and lores, so they are basically creating non-early access FPS zomboids. So do what you want with that information, I just came in my pants. And yeah, that was about everything I wanted to say about Deceased, one of my all-time favorite modpacks. Tell me what stories happened to you if you ever tried the pack, cause I'm really curious, and in the meantime, I'm gonna go. If you like the video, be sure to do all that. I'm gonna go now, see y'all hopefully soon, and bye bye.